It's the 49ers Cutback.
It's 49ers Cutback Podcast time, and we are going to be talking about a very interesting guy, somebody that Shanahan has had his eye on for a long time.
He has?
Horst, this guy has been speeding around in Kyle Shanahan's mind since he was playing in college. What do the 49ers need to do to sign John Ross?
I think John Ross at this point in his career is just looking for an opportunity. Like an opportunity where he's going to get the ball. Cincinnati never really used him correctly, and then there's been the combination of poor quarterback play until Joe Burrow came in, and then his own injuries, and I think by the time Joe Burrow came in, Ross and Cincinnati were kind of both fed up with each other. His 2018 season, he had over 500 yards in 8 games, so that shows right there, that's a 1,000-yard receiver if you keep paying, and he was like, 18 yards a catch or something crazy that year? So, I mean, the guy's explosive, he's fast, he's one of the top 3 or 4 fastest guys in the whole league. He can take the top off the defense for you, and I know Shanahan has been looking for that guy. Since he came to San Francisco, we've tried Marquise Goodwin, Travis Benjamin opted out last year, so he's been looking, and then he brought in Tavon Austin. None of those guys quite worked out. He's been looking for that guy, though, since he came to San Francisco. And if you can get him on the cheap, somewhere around the money we paid Kendrick Bourne, like we talked about, I'm all in on that. If you're talking like a 1-year prove-it deal, oh my gosh, if he can unlock John Ross's potential, he adds an element that this offense does not have.
So, stats for you on John Ross. As Horst had pointed out, he's had some good yardage, 49 catches, over 700 plus yards. 36 of those catches are for first downs and 10 touchdowns during that time. So, not bad. The thing for me is $5.5 million is what he made last year. As Horst pointed out, if you can make a little bit less than what Kendrick Bourne made, you can pay him a little bit less than that, and maybe a 1-year deal, or if he's willing to even do something like a 1 year and a player option, and he can opt in or out in the second year. I think the big thing is that Kyle Shanahan has shown he can get potential out of guys like this. He's 25 right now. He's not an old guy. He's not 29, 30 trying to, salvage his career and show that he's still got it. This is a young man who's got a lot to prove, extra motivated, and as he pointed out, Kyle Shanahan's a big fan.
Yeah, he's going to want to go somewhere where he's wanted, where he knows he's going to be used. Kyle Shanahan would know how to use this guy, take the top off the defense. I think that this is a guy he's always kind of coveted. I think he wanted him in college, but he was going too high. The 49ers just couldn't take him there. The 49ers were picking early on, and they couldn't, take him as far early as they would. So he was a guy that he targeted, and he ended up with the poor man's version of it later on in the draft. And he's always wanted to get this guy. So I think they're going to look at it. The only problem is I think they're going to have other suitors that are going to be after him. One, namely Kansas City Chiefs. I think Kansas City will look to replace Sammy Watkins with another speed guy. And that's all we need is another 4-2 guy being on the Kansas City Chiefs. For the 49ers, this would be the perfect target for them because he would complement Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk's game and George Kittle, allow them to operate underneath, especially Deebo and George Kittle, and then Brandon Ayuk and him can still take the top off the field and go down. That'll also allow the deep intermediate routes for Brandon Ayuk to be successful. But they need to get John Ross, and I think that this is a move that I've been calling for since the beginning of last season. I wanted him in a trade, and then now I want him in free agency. I think the 49ers should do this, and I think Kyle Shanahan's love for him might actually make it happen.
I just have dreams of fly sweeps and all kinds of fun plays while thinking about him on the Niners.
Yeah.
He's, they got 800 plus yards out of Marcus Goodwin.
Yeah.
He's just as fast as Marcus Goodwin and probably a little bit better football player.
Argument could be made.
And I think that Marcus Goodwin is the prototypical guy that Shanahan's looking for. That kind of fast guy to take the top off. The old school Ted Ginn type player. That's what he's looking for because he has these guys that play positionless roles and they all have roles to fill, and I think that would be the role that he still hasn't got. Travis Benjamin is still an option for the 49ers, but maybe John Ross is a better option.
He may be a better option, but there is no better option than this podcast right here, the 49ers Cutback Podcast. You want to be a part of this thing. You want to hit that subscribe button. I know you've been looking at it, sitting there with its red, it says subscribe. You think, hit it right now. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell while you're at it as well. Like the video. Let us know in the comment section down below. How much are you willing to pay for John Ross? Do you even want John Ross? We want to have that conversation with you. We want to know your opinion on this free agent.
And we don't want a round number. We want it specifically what you'd pay John Ross.
No. We absolutely don't.
Yes, specific.
No specifics. Until next time, stay safe.
And remember, the right way
It's always the 49ers way.